I'm going to be honest. I didn't think I was going to go far because looking at how they were dying, and then at the time it took a lot to grow them. So I just thought, this is going to be a thing of the past in no time. I changed my mind when we made our first sale. That's because something about farming business. I don't know what it is, but when you're not making sales, you are not making sales, and when I'm making sales, you're making sales. Once you get your first clients, the next day somebody's in, the next day somebody's in, so they just finish that fast. End of the day, that's money keeps the world spinning. My shit is coming to fruition now. I ain't gonna lie. Rabbits are prolific breeders. So one look can give you 9 babies on a regular without artificial insemination. Or with artificial insemination, you can get up to 12 babies as an average. Rabbit farming in Ghana is a bit difficult in the beginning because the breeding stock is not so good. A lot of breeders breed them in anyhow without picking records.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kekeli Michael. Today we are moving all the way to Dance Farm. We want to speak to two gentlemen who are starting a $1 million rabbit empire. And the challenge has just started. I want to be the first one to capture it and share some tips with you. My name is Kekeli Michael. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you.
I'm Prudence. I'm a student in the University of Ghana and also a rabbit farmer in Adenta. I'm studying agric.
And I'm Philemon, a student in Nasford University. I study IT, and I'm the engineering guy.
Okay, so Nas, I saw that you guys were doing a challenge.
Yeah.
1 million. Is it dollars or $1 million?
$1 million. Yeah.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
How far with the project?
Well, we would say we are 20% there.
Our $1 million rabbit farm is leaking, and this is our genius solution.
Yeah. So one of our biggest hurdle was the structure, and then we got down with the structure.
Okay.
So initially, the whole thing was that I was going to pump money into getting the structure done. So I'm a marketer. That's what I do on the side. So anytime I make money, I pump it into the structure. So the plan was when I come back for this vacation, I work on the business, get more clients, and then use the money. But when I came down, I realized that that's not going to work. So I had to calm down on that and then work on the structure with my brother. So that's where we came from and started from.
Okay. So I also noticed that the two of you did all the structure.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting. Do you guys have any engineering background?
So no, not really. Since we're kids, we just mess around and then we fix everything in the house. So if you go into the room, you realize, okay, we have a paneled wall with LED lights, and then the whole hall looks nice. There's sink, there's water flowing, and then it's all us. I've used the pump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at the pump, you realize the plumbing, some weird plumbing is happening over there.
Yeah.
That plumbing experience, you got it from the fish farming. Because when you're dealing with high pressure and it's the fish farming, the filters, you can't not become a good plumber because there's leaks everywhere. You have to solve some crazy leaks you know experience on a regular plumber's job. So we'll say we are better plumbers than the actual Ghanaian plumbers. So Dance Farm started when my brother Prudence was in school at the time. He was writing his WASI, and then my dad went ahead and got rabbits. So my dad is also very into animals, and then he wanted to start pig farm. But so everybody thought, you know what, daddy's going to start a pig farm, and then I was at home, and then he came back with rabbit cages, and then went into rabbits. Everybody's asking why till now, but yeah, that's how it started. So initially, we got the rabbits. He got a lot of rabbits, and then I was the one managing the cleaning of the rabbits and all that kind of stuff, and all of them were dying. So in my head, I knew that, you know what, when Prudence comes back, this is all going to be a problem with the past. So I just waited patiently, and when he came, he was able to solve the death problem we were having on the farm.
You are not interested?
Not really. When you're killing shit for a couple of days, it wears off very fast.
Yeah, so when I came in, I noticed that there were lots of foreign animals on the farm, chickens and other things just walking in and out. So the first thing I did was I got rid of them because they could carry potential
Before
pests.
then, where were you?
Yes, before then I was on campus, and then my Keta school, Keta Senior High, yes. And then my dad came over and I was like, oh, I've gotten some rabbit cages. I think he told me 2 at the time. And I want us to go into rabbit farming. And I was like, we eat rabbits. I was thinking about that. So I was in school and then I was done writing. When I came back, as they said, they were dying rabbits all over the place. I think when I came back, some also died. As soon as I got back, I saw some dead. Yeah. So I noticed that there were chickens all over the farm.
That was the first problem.
That was the first problem I noticed. Chickens just walk in and out of the farm. And then I did some research and noticed that they carry mites and they infect the rabbits. This was causing most of the losses. So the first thing I did was I got rid of the chickens that were coming to the farm. And then I separated their droppings from them. Their droppings used to be kept somewhere around here. I sent them further away. Yeah. And then I separated the urine and the manure because when it mixes together, it produces ammonia and then that could also be harmful to the rabbits.
Okay.
Yes.
So since then,
Yeah.
the mortality issue.
Yeah. Since then, the mortality issues came down on the aspect of diseases, but there were still mortalities due to like those not performing well. So what I did was I removed those that weren't performing well from the
When
farm.
they were not performing well.
Yes. I'm referring to them taking care of their babies in that sense of performance. So they weren't taking care of their babies. And then their babies were dying. So some of them are bad mothers. When they give birth, they just leave them alone or they give it to them at the wrong places. Yes. So after I removed those does and then we kept on breeding, we noticed that some of the kids are not growing as fast as they should. Because I did research and I found that it's supposed to be 3 months. And then I started keeping records. So I kept all the records of the rabbits on the farms, the number of litters and how long it took them to grow. And then I removed the mothers that weren't producing litters that grow fast. And then now all the litters were fast growing litters of rabbits. Okay. So after that, our capacity shot up to 150. So we could produce 150 rabbits a month. And then when our capacity got that high, we noticed that no, we weren't prepared for this because we already had a market for the small number, but with that capacity, we've exceeded our market. So we had to get better at marketing and then get new customers on board. So what we did was we scaled back a little bit, and then now that we have the customers, we are scaling back up.
So yes. Who is doing the marketing?
I'll say both of us. I'm kind of the face of the brand.
Yeah, he's the face of the brand. And then I do marketing. I know that, okay, he's definitely going to pull in more people if he's always the face. So I just sit at the back. I help him edit the videos, cameraman, respond to comments and all that kind of stuff.
So before he took over,
yeah,
what was your impression of
rabbit farming? I didn't think it was going to go far. If I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was going to go far. Because looking at how they were dying, and then at the time it took a lot to grow them. So I just thought, you know what, this is going to be a thing of the past in no time.
At what point did you change your mind?
I changed my mind when we made our first sale. When my brother made his first sale in the rabbit business. Because something about rabbit farming business, I don't know what it is, but when you are not making sales, you are not making sales. And when you're making sales, you are making sales. So once you get your first clients, the next day somebody's in, the next day somebody's in. So they just finish that fast.
So it was the money for...
Yeah, the money. At the end of the day, that's money keeps the world spinning.
How many did you sell that made?
So the first sale was how many? I think it was 2.
No, it was the guy who...
oh, yeah.
Kebab.
There was a guy preparing kebab.
It was like, I think, 10...
I think it was 12 you wanted.
It was 12 you wanted, yes.
Yeah.
12 you wanted, and then we sold all the 12. Each rabbit is 150, so we were somewhere inside the thousands. That was just from like... that wasn't even at full capacity, so when we saw that, we were like, wait, there's actually gold here. So
yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about what you did to multiply at that rate.
Yeah, so as I said, we selected for the good dose, and then after we had a good dose, it was basically automatic. Rabbits are prolific breeders.
So after disposing of the ones that were not performing well,
yes.
Did you get new ones?
No, we didn't get new ones.
Okay.
We just improved the breeds we had already on the farm. So we did hybridization and things like that, and we kept the hybrids. So we kept the hybrids of the New Zealand black and whites, and then the Palaminos, the hybrids. Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
back to how you got them to
Okay,
work.
so now with the new hybrids that we had on the farm that produce babies that grow fast, it was basically easy because rabbits are prolific breeders. They can give you 9 babies per rabbit. So at that scale, it was very easy to get to 150. It was actually
How many
surprising.
mothers did you use?
I used about 20 mothers, but you can do that with less with artificial insemination. Yes.
You can do it. Do you have the machine for what? Yeah.
Yes, we do have the machine.
Hey, I've never seen. Like you hold a guy. And, oh.
No, it doesn't work like that.
How do you do that?
It's like there's an artificial vulva, so you just hide it under the female rabbit, and then he thinks it is the female, and then he
Okay. You start with.
yes, and then when you collect the semen, you put it there's something like a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, so you put it in the female, and then you inseminate
I
it.
want to see that. That's
Okay, I can get it for you. I don't know if I should go in and grab it. Okay, I think my brother is going to get it.
All right. So after crossing them, you use 20,
Yes.
and
Then we're able to get 150 baby rabbits from those 20 rabbits. So it was actually 170 rabbits if you count the mothers, but we can't count the babies. So after that, we had too many rabbits
okay.
and then too little customers. As we said, we had a guy who was supplying who does kebab and things like that, and he could not take all 150 rabbits at a go. So what we did was we scaled back a bit, and then we got other customers on board. We advertised it on GG and all those kind of things. And then now that we have people who are demanding for it, it's very high demand now. So we are scaling back up and we are supplying them. We don't give up that easily. So when we noticed that there was no market, we're like, no, it's not because people do not eat it. It's because they do not know where to get it from. That's usually the biggest problem with marketing. So what we did was we started advertising on GG and we saved their numbers, give calls and those kind of things. And then now we have the markets. Yes.
What is the biggest environmental challenge and health challenge in rabbit production?
Okay. So I'll say the biggest environmental challenge with rabbit production is the heat. We are in Ghana, and most of these very good rabbit breeds are foreign. They are from temperate areas, so they like cold weather. So if you keep them in a place that is hot, and Ghana is naturally hot, they will tend to lose a lot of litters, and the males can even become impotent, basically. So, yes. So initially our shed was low, and then when we were expanding, we decided to lift it up to fix the temperature problem, and then now that's out. And then for the health issues, rabbits do not actually contract many diseases like how chickens have bird flu and things that can devastate your entire population.
Are you sure?
Rabbits, yes, they do not have like serious diseases like that. They don't
What are
have,
some of the diseases?
yes, it's ear canker, they can get diarrhea, and then there's sword hack. All these diseases are not serious. They can easily be cured, unlike bird flu
What
that you
about
kill.
coccidiosis or-
Coccidiosis, that is a bacterial infection. So if you do not keep your farm clean, they would get it. But that's basically a sanitation issue. So it's not, rabbits do not actually have serious diseases affecting them. Yes.
Time, you remember the number you took over?
Yes, I remember it to be 30 rabbits.
How many females?
Yeah, it was like, I think 5 males and then 25 females at the time. And then the males were in excess.
Okay.
Yes.
You asked the same question I was asking. Who eats rabbit? Because I've been a farmer before.
Yes.
You rare and you find it difficult to sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people actually eat rabbits, and it's a matter of educating people who do not eat it on the benefits of going into eating rabbits. So what we do is we supply a guy, he wants 50 rabbits per week, and then we are aiming to supply restaurants too. They are very interested in the rabbit meat.
We'll get to that. So that's to confirm that there's actually demand.
There's actually demand for the rabbits. I started keeping records on the number of babies each one has and all those kind of things, and then the time they are supposed to be giving birth, because if you put the litter boxes in late, they will abandon their babies and we will lose all of them. So,
Was this the initial cage?
yes, we started with these cages.
You were doing it.
So I was doing it in 2 of these cages.
2 of them.
Yeah, it was 2. One was here, and then the other one was here, but it wasn't having rabbits in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before sending it to 150, well, how did you deal with the structural issue?
The structure issue, I rearranged the cages because how they were arranged made cleaning very difficult.
You didn't add to the cages?
No, we haven't added it.
We didn't add to the cages yet. We are now bringing in new cages.
Also, you started with 150 capacity cage.
Yeah, this 1, 2, 3 cages can take 150 rabbits.
Okay.
Yes. So when I came, it was 1, 2 cages that were occupied, and then I scaled up to fill the whole thing. Even though it was 1, 2, there were like spaces inside. Yeah, a lot of space inside. So we filled the whole thing up, and then I changed the arrangement of the cages because how it was arranged, cleaning was difficult. So now this is the new arrangement for our cages.
We know in rabbit farming, structure is very important.
Yes.
So the cage, they already had it for you. But do you have any challenge with this current?
The current design of the cages are actually very good. These cages were actually built for rabbit farming in China. So they've been tested several times and they've already improved the technology to its max.
Yeah, so the only thing I'll add to these cages are the placement of the feet. Because in the future, we want to, as much as possible, automate the system. And then we'll have conveyor collecting the toilet automatically. But where the positions of the leg is, these lower cages will not be able to collect the legs. Will not be able to collect the droppings. So what I and my brother will do is we would extend the legs and weld new legs so that we can put the conveyor on that. That's the only problem with the cage. Other than that, the new ones we are getting have space like, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about setup because he is the. I noticed that constructed this.
Because I and my brother, anytime we are starting something, we just jump into it. We built so many things that we understand that we can handle anything. So in the beginning, we just made right off the top of our head, we decided, you know what, the first structure was very low, and then the rabbits were also dying from heat. That's one thing he didn't speak about. They were dying a lot from the heat. So the plan was to increase the height of the shed so that we could put a ceiling. And then once you put the ceiling, the heat is not going to come to the ceiling. Maybe insulated, but once you have a ceiling, the air flows in between the roof and then the ceiling and then collects the warm air away. So that's why we increased the height this much. And then later on realized that after the height increase, there was no heat problem again. It solved the heat problem. So yeah, that's why the shed is this high. If you look around, you see metal beams.
Yeah.
And then the metal beams were beams my dad uses on his construction site. He has always explained to us what it's used for, but I don't understand what it's used unless I go to the site to see it. So we had the metal beams rusting away, and then we used it for the tank before, for the poly tank, and then we already could tell from the structure that, okay, it's able to bear the weight of the tank. So then it's be able to bear the weight of this roof. They are not that heavy. So we cleaned up the rust and then we painted it. And then knowing that they are going to hold the roof, we just mounted it. Yeah.
It's impressive, like how you guys.
Yeah.
2 of you, only 2 of you.
yeah. It was very challenging. Yeah, it was very. So before that, I was telling her the structure was very low.
Yeah.
So if you look over, can I walk over there?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So if you look over here, the roof was at where the block is.
Yeah.
So it was very low. And then at the back, it was way where the wood is. So that's how low it was before. So we had to lift it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and while we did this part of the workshop first, it was very high. And then we were thinking, okay, how are we going to do this side too? So one of the thoughts was we either end this height here and then we come down to the other roof and then go like this. And then we're like, okay, that's not smart because we want to put a silo inside and then we need more space too. So we have to lift it up. So while we were packing the things from the workshop, my dad's things out of the workshop, we found his car, the jacking clamp they use for the car. I don't know if I can find it somewhere.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. So we found the jack. So I and my brother decided that, you know what, since we have a jack, we should jack the roof up.
Okay.
Yeah, we jacked the roof up to the same height, and then we
Connected.
so that's what we did. We jacked it up, and then we added more metals to hold it,
Yeah.
and then yeah. So that was one of the challenging parts in the beginning. One of the most challenging parts, apart from lifting the wood up, which was also very challenging. And then after
After we lifted it up.
after we lifted it up,
Yeah.
you have to talk louder, you know that.
After you did that.
After we
Yeah.
lifted it up, the slope wasn't good enough, so like rainwater collected on the roof, and then it started pouring on the inside.
Yeah, so it was leaking
It
everywhere.
was leaking everywhere.
Yeah. So we didn't plan for that. But the good thing was that because we didn't lift it so high, we could easily roof it. And then later on, lifting it again, we are like, okay, yeah, done with the roof. So although it was a disadvantage that we didn't do it at first, it was also an advantage because it made the roofing easier. So after everything, we lifted it up again. We cut the metals, the beams, and then we re-lifted them up.
You can show you. You can see that.
Yeah, you can see.
It has been cut and then
So you-
rejoined over here.
Yeah, so you can see this is how this used to be attached to this. So we cut it, and then we lifted it up, right? Yeah, and bolted it back on.
Hey.
So that was the solution to the leaking problem.
So about the structure. So how many rabbits do you keep in a cage?
For the breeding dose, we keep one per cage for the breeding males and females. But as for the kids, you can keep them up to 3 in a cage and it won't be a problem. Since we grow them for meat, we just keep them to 3 months. By that time, they are not sexually mature, so they won't mate with each other. And then we sell them off at that age, where their meat is very tender and delicious for the meat markets. Yes.
Okay. So tell me something important about rabbit farm.
Yeah, so as I said, it's very economical and it tastes just like chicken. So you can eat any chicken meal and then it saves a lot of money. Since the mixing ratio of the feed is far better than chicken, so in chicken you use a lot of protein and that's the most expensive ingredient. So when you farm rabbits, you'll be getting basically the same product as a chicken, but for cheaper. And then since they are herbivores, you can include grasses, well-fed grasses, and you make a lot of profit. Little.
So the protein level of rabbit and then chicken.
Yeah, so chickens will take somewhere about 50% of their feed protein, and then for rabbits it can be as low as 16, and the highest is 21% protein you can use in their feed. So it saves you a lot of money on that.
So I'm meaning like the constituents, like their meat. Is there any difference between the chicken and then the rabbit?
If there's any difference, I'll say it tastes slightly better than chicken. Yeah.
But when it comes to health benefits, all the same.
No, it's actually better than chicken with health benefits related things. The meat is much more digestible, it's more packed with protein, and then chicken, because a bird has certain proteins inside it that you can react to it digestively. So some people might be allergic to chicken meat, but rabbit meat tastes just like chicken without all the side effects. So very beneficial, low in fat. So if you have diabetes and things like that, rabbit meat is the go-to meat for you. It's white meat. Yes.
Okay. I know breeds play a very important when it comes to running a successful rabbit farm. What kind of breeds are you doing?
Yeah, so the breeds we are doing is the New Zealand whites and its hybrids with other rabbits, the Palomino, lion heads, and others. So what we are doing is we are planning on getting a Californian to add into our breeds, a Californian and more New Zealand. So those will be our 2 main breeds since they are the top meat producers. And then once we get them on our farm, we'll be able to produce very good quality meat. Yes.
I think people are also asking for pets.
Yeah, people are also asking for pets too. We might keep some of the beautiful looking ones for pets. Yes.
Okay. So currently you only have which breed?
The New Zealand
The
and
New
its
Zealand.
hybrids. So hybrid of New Zealand white and New Zealand black. We have hybrid of the Palaminos in the New Zealand. Yeah. That's what I mean. Lion head and English spots.
You have lion head.
No, we have a hybrid of the lion head and English spots. Then we have a pure English spots rabbit and the end of it.
When you say hybrid, what do you mean?
It means you take 2 different pure breeds and then you mix them together. We do this because you want faster growth rate and better performance. So when you take a pure breed rabbit like this, it doesn't perform like to its maximum. So the best thing to do is to take two different breeds of rabbits and add them together, and then it produces a very, very, very good offspring. That's well.
So after taking care of them for a while, which are your best breeds so far?
The New Zealand and the Californian.
Why do you like them?
They grow very fast. They are very docile, and yeah, that's basically they are fast, they are docile, they grow fast, they are docile, and produce a huge litter.
We say rabbits are highly prolific. How long do you take a rabbit from first day to maturity, and how long does it take before you get there?
Okay, so from day 1 to market weight, that's 3 months, and then another 3 months for it to reach maturity to be giving birth. You can actually do it earlier, but it's risky, so we wait till 6 months. Yes, and then they produce a large number of litters, as I said. So one rabbit can give you 9 babies on the regular without artificial insemination, but with artificial insemination, you're looking at 12 babies per rabbit. Yes.
So after 6 months, you can impregnate them.
Yes.
Or you say cross them.
Yeah, you can cross them.
Okay. How long does it take, the gestation period?
Just 1 month.
1 month.
They will give birth.
They give birth.
Yes.
Then how long before you see the baby with fur?
It will take like 3 weeks. Then the baby has fur on it and it's already starting to eat feed in the box. So these ones here are 3 weeks old.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see these ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after 3 months, you are ready for the market.
Yes, after 3 months, they're ready for the market.
You have to have like a lot of males on the farm.
No, that's not necessary. What you need is like at most 2 breeding males. That's a pure breed line. So if you have too many males on the farm, it's just a waste of space because you don't need that many genetics on the farm. You just need at least 1 male and 2 females, and that will prevent you from doing inbreeding. So you just do not use the same kid to cross his mother when the male is done in this fast breed. Yes.
That's inbreeding, right?
Yes, that's inbreeding.
Okay. Then the other thing is, I also saw on your platform that you got just 2 rabbits for 9,000 lives.
Yeah, those are pure breeds, and it's basically like buying someone's intellectual property. It's from outside too, so the shipping cost is part. So when you get those rabbits, you can produce them as much as you want. So it pays back the initial investment of 9,000 since they grow very fast and they do very well.
How does it pay for itself? Are you going to cross for others? And
yeah, even without crossing for others, just producing like the meat on the farm. Let's say on the regular with using the local breeds, it should take you like 6 months to get to full market weight. That's a long time and a waste of feed. Yes, but with the New Zealands and the Californians, you can even get them in less than 3 months. Like very good babies would get to it in less than 3 months, and then the meat is higher quality since it's tender because they are younger, and then they've also not developed their sexual characteristics, so it doesn't have this gamey taste. It tastes just like chicken.
okay.
Yes.
So with that one, am I going to sell the babies like 2,000 or?
Yeah, if you were selling them for breeding, you could sell them expensive. But if you were selling for meat, I am trying to make like rabbit a staple, so I'm trying to close the price gap and make the production as cheap as possible so that it can be a substitute for chicken. So the slaughtered babies will be sold at rabbits market price for the rabbits. That's 150 my prices. Yeah.
We spoke about inbreeding.
Yeah.
That too. Should you keep crossing the same two for a long time? Wouldn't that be inbreeding?
No, inbreeding works when you take the child of the two and use it to cross its mother.
Okay.
And that's inbreeding. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be getting more New Zealands on the farm. That's when the male is too old to continue its job, and then we can replace it, and then this time get 2 females and 1 male, or 2 males and 2 females, so that we can prevent inbreeding on the farm. Yes.
So to add to the New Zealand situation with 9,000 and order, so a lot of people are in the comments also saying, oh, I got New Zealand for this amount, I got it for 500, 100, 1,000. I don't know where they got it from. So this one here is also supposedly a New Zealand white from a local Ghanaian farmer. But you know how Ghanaians are. You go to buy a local dog, a foreign dog, they'll tell you it's a bulldog, and you keep the dog for 2 weeks and realize it's a local dog. So that's what, yeah. So that's what they basically did to us. We bought this. How much was this?
It was like 1,000.
1,000 cedis, supposedly New Zealand white, and then we ended up being duped. So the whole plan is that, okay, once we know we are going to get this, the real thing, it's better to get it for whether 9,000 or whatever the price is, as long as we don't have to deal with wasting money on useless breeds.
We wanted to import from Belgium, but we've gotten a supplier who can get it to us with a better price. So we are importing it from US now.
I am a little brother.
We're going to change the face of our drink in Ghana forever.